Hey, what's up guys, Daniel here in the tech studio. I got me the Poco X4 Pro. Poco has been in this budget space for a while now. I want to see if their latest $300 smartphone should be on your shopping list for budget phones. So let's get into it. Alright, so in the Poco X4 Pro, we have a 6.7 inch 1080p 120Hz HDR10 display. That's a mouthful. Rocking a Snapdragon 695 with 8 gigs of RAM and 256 gigabytes of storage with expandable storage. We got a 5000 milliamp hour battery, a 108 megapixel camera, stereo speakers with a headphone jack, which is a critically endangered species nowadays, fingerprint reader on the power button, which is the way I like it, an infrared blaster on the top, which I haven't seen since my LG G3. God, I miss LG. We also have 67 watt fast charging, which is I think just as fast as my MacBook Pro, so that's pretty crazy. And finally, this came out to around $300, which is pretty wild for everything I just said. All right, so let's get into the things I like, don't like, and I'll let you know if I think it's worth it or not. So first thing I like about this is clearly top 3 favorite smartphone designs. I mean, just look at that. First thing you notice is the striking yellow, the 3D texture, and this giant camera bar, desk, camera table, plateau. I'm gonna call it a plateau. This camera plateau. I've been calling it Minion phone, Among Us phone, mustard phone, banana phone. Anyways, I love these kind of 3D searchlights that kind of show up on the back. Super cool. God, I don't know why cheaper phones are the ones that take the most risks in their design. Like, why can't we have flagships that look like this too? Why they gotta be so boring? Gosh, the Motorola Edge 2021 is still to this day my all-time favorite phone design, and I think this one probably comes in second. What else? There's a lot to like here. I really like the super bright display. Love to see 120 Hz here at this price. I actually don't think I've even seen this high of a refresh rate at this low of a price, so that's a huge plus for me personally. They really made this a high quality display and it really shows. The cameras are actually pretty good for the price. The 108 megapixel mode doesn't really make things that much sharper or detailed, so don't be fooled by the giant number. I feel they are good enough, but really that's for you to decide. If you want to see an in-depth camera review, let me know in the comments below. I'd love to do that. Also, while you're down there, go ahead and subscribe for me, please and thank you. MIUI, which is the Android skin on this phone, is probably my favorite Android skin because it's the most iPhone-like. I wish this is what stock Android looked like, to be honest. I like the super mega 67 watt fast charging is insane. This does not have wireless charging, and I never missed wireless charging here. And while we're talking about charging and stuff, the battery life is super impressive. The OnePlus Nord N20 has the best battery life of like any phone I've ever seen. That review is down below in the description. And this comes in a very, very close second. But it's doing what the OnePlus Nord is doing, but with a 120 Hz refresh rate, which is the biggest battery killer of any phone, no matter the price. They somehow found a way to get a 2-day battery out of a 120 Hz screen. That is absolutely a huge achievement, extremely impressive. Love that there's 250 gigs of standard storage plus expandable storage. Love that. Why is that so hard to do in flagships? I don't know. And finally, I really like the stereo speakers, which is something you don't even notice unless the speakers are really bad. But these are great, really loud and really clear. Okay, so let's get into some things I don't like. I did just praise the heck out of this, so here we go. Okay, so the bloatware on this thing is pretty bad. I'd say it's about tied with Samsung. Watch my Galaxy S21 FE review if you want to learn more. But essentially, bloatware is extra apps that come with the phone that you don't need and they just take up space. I mean, I got apps on here like a music player. Like, is it 2007? Why do I need a music player? It even came with PUBG. Like, come on, bro. Do better. Come on. Even the device controls have duplicates, which what? Why? Why do I have 2 screen recorders, 2 do not disturbs? That feels like is that a glitch? I don't know. Another thing I don't like, the selfie camera doesn't keep the HDR settings from the last time you used it. So every time I open the selfie camera, I have to go and turn on HDR, which is kind of annoying. Another issue, we only have Android 11 in here, and that is the same complaint I had in my OnePlus Nord N20 review. There's been a lot of weird glitchy stuff happening. Stuff like the MIUI app updater completely crashes. Like, how? Why? Like, crashes enough times that I was able to get a screen recording of it crashing, so that's not great. Another annoying thing, and kind of a big deal for me, is I keep getting notifications really late. So I have multiple phones here in the studio, right? And I'll get notifications on my main Motorola that I use. That's my main phone. And I don't get that same notification on this phone until like 20 minutes later. Even while I'm using the phone, I'm on Wi-Fi, battery saver isn't blocking any notifications, do not disturb is not on. Like, there's no reason why it should be taking 20 minutes plus for me to get a notification. So that's very concerning. That's pretty much a deal breaker for me. If I can't get notifications, what's the point? One of the worst things about this phone is that even though we have 8 gigs of RAM, plus RAM boost, quote unquote, as shown by the phone itself, and a 120 hertz refresh screen, it still feels slow and laggy. How can this feel slower than the OnePlus Nord N20, which has same chip, less RAM, and only a 60 hertz screen? So what do I mean by slow, right? So the refresh rate is 120 hertz, right? Super smooth and silky on any other phone, but on the Poco phone, it feels and looks very choppy. Just scrolling around, it stutters quite a lot. I would almost rather have consistent 60 hertz screen than a choppy 120 hertz screen, you know? And finally, we have a genuine issue here, privacy concerns. So love to talk about that. Why does the calculator app need access to the internet? Please tell me, Poco, why does the calculator need access to the internet? And it's not just a calculator. For every Poco app you open, you get this warning that they will need to collect personal information to provide basic services. So yeah, not sure about that. Okay, so is this budget phone worth it? Well, we got a lot of good stuff in here. Some stuff we don't see anywhere else at this price. But then we have some pretty major issues that personally got deal breakers for me. So I'm conflicted because the initial impression I get of this phone is that it has great quality on the surface. Like, it feels great in the hands. The screen looks more expensive than it is. But once you actually use it, the underlying performance actually feels cheaper than its price, which is not good in an already $300 phone with a price so low. So me personally, I would not spend my money on this. If you want a good budget phone that is reliable, feels more expensive than it is, then I'd say honestly check out the OnePlus Nord N20 instead. That review is below in the description. So that's it. Let me know what you guys think. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.